And now the starting lineup for your South Dakota Coyotes. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Houston, Texas, number 1, Caleb Stewart. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, number 3, Max Burchill. At guard, a 6'7" senior from Portland, Oregon, number 5, Bostyn Holt. At guard, a 6'4" junior from North Sioux City, South Dakota, number 23, Paul Bruns. At forward, a 6'10" senior from Dakar, Senegal, number 34, Lahat Chu. Director of Operations, Casey Brueggemann. Director of Scouting and Video, Joe Kramer. Assistant coaches, Patrick Eberhardt, Casey Kasperbauer, and Brandon Ubell. The head coach for South Dakota in his second season is Eric Peterson.
Coyotes are 10-18 on the season, 3-10 in Summer League play, while Oral Roberts is 5-9 in the Summer League and 11-16 on the season. The Coyotes have lost 3 straight. The Golden Eagles have dropped 5 in a row. Both teams trying to get right here this afternoon in this matchup here in Vermillion. Should be a really good basketball game. The Golden Eagles have one more game after this, so it'll be a week from tomorrow. Then they'll wrap up their regular season and get ready for the Summer League tournament. For South Dakota, the Coyotes after this game, they will head to, or they will be back
time
next
for
Thursday against North
Coyote
Dakota State, and
basketball.
then head to Grand Forks to take on North Dakota next Saturday. Here we go. Sir Isaac Heron for Oral Roberts and Lahat Chun for South Dakota will tip it off at center court. These two teams ready to go. Coyotes will move left to right as we see it. And the ball is in the air, and the opening tap controlled by South Dakota. Here we go. Yotes are going to move left to right. Bostyn Holt will run the point for South Dakota as he moves up the left sideline into the front court. Lobs it up top of the point to Lahat Chun. Angles over to the right side, does Chun to the right elbow. Hands it off to Burchill, right wing. Back over to Bruns and lobs the pass in baseline right to Chun. Backing down defenders. Shot fake up with the right hand. He spun around in the paint. And Lahat Chun scores the first 2 points of the basketball game. It's 2-0 Yotes. 30 seconds have gone by. Some backcourt pressure applied by South Dakota. They back away and retreat as ORU brings the ball up the floor. Isaac McBride, super talented with the basketball. Lob pass to the inside. It's an alley-oop to Sir Isaac Heron. Boy, they drew that one up right out of the gates. And Sir Isaac Heron flushes it home for Oral Roberts. We're tied at 2. South Dakota with the basketball. Burchill back to Bostyn Holt. Angles over right side, back around the arc. Now around, they spin it around to the right side to Holt. Angles left, drives inside the paint, hit the brakes, double team, back out to Stewart. He'll drive inside all the way in, lost the basketball. It's fumbled by Chun, picked up by Bruns. 5 to shoot for South Dakota. Bruns out of traffic, and the foul called on Oral Roberts. Paul Bruns threw a pass to Bostyn Holt. He took heavy contact on the sideline from Jalen Bedford of Oral Roberts. Bostyn Holt hit the deck in front of the courtside seats. After a moment, he'll peel himself up. Coyotes have 20 seconds on the shot clock. It's a foul on Bedford. Pass into Caleb Stewart, and South Dakota will try to regain the lead. 2-2, we're all squared up. 15 to shoot for the Yotes. Trapped, and there's a long pass to Burchill. Whips it over to the left side. Paul Bruns, 3-ball on the way, too strong and missed everything. And the basketball is out of bounds. It went off of Oral Roberts. Coyotes have 7 on the shot clock. They're going to have to move quickly here. So we'll see if they can get it done here, as Bostyn Holt will inbound the basketball. So Holt will try to trigger it in. Coyotes have 7 to shoot. The officials are going to the monitor to take a look. Did not see that, but they're going to go to the monitor to take a look at this thing. So the officials at the scorer's table, and I'm not sure if this has to do with clock, or I didn't think they could review who that was tapped out on this early in the game, but potentially they can. It is going to be South Dakota basketball, so they did take a look at it. South Dakota basketball. Coyotes have 7 on the shot clock. 18:37 to play first half. 2-2 tie. Coyotes opened with a bucket from Chun in the middle. Oral Roberts answered with a lob pass and an alley-oop to Sir Isaac Heron. Here's Bostyn Holt inbound into Chun. He's in the corner right side. Chun gonna go to work. 4-3. Chun's got to let it fly. He will so in the lane. In and out. No. Rebound Kareem Thompson. Here come the Golden Eagles right to left. Cross court pass to Bedford right side. Crosses over, drives in, flips it up, scores. Wow. Jalen Bedford just took it right at him, right across the lane, flipped it off of the window and scored, and the Golden Eagles lead by 2. Bostyn Holt drives left side, reach around, bounce pass, corner right. Paul Bruns for 3, got it. 3-pointer for Paul Bruns, and South Dakota is back in front. It's 5-4. So Paul Bruns with a big shot there for South Dakota. Isaac McBride angles over to the right side, spins it over to Bedford. He'll launch the triple from the left side. In and out, no. Rebound pulled down by Bostyn Holt. Coyotes want to push. Holt going to go right at Thompson. Up with the right hand. Flips it off the window and scores. South Dakota with 5 straight. It's 7-4. Yotes in front. Bostyn Holt just got downhill and took it right at him. Here's McBride. Backdoor pass. Right side. 3-ball on the way for Sir Isaac Heron. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Oral Roberts. There goes Bedford. Nobody cut him off. Reverse lane. Good. A good baseline drive for Jalen Bedford as he flipped it reverse style off of the window and scores for 2. 17-18 to play. First half, 7-6. South Dakota by 1. Bruns wants another 3. Got it! Paul Bruns has hit 2 out of his first 3 from long range. And it's 10-6. South Dakota by 4. Paul Bruns starting to heat up a little bit. Pass over to the right side to Thompson. Skips it to Bedford. Corner left to Deshang Weaver. He'll drive in. Up with a shot through contact. Bounced off of the heel of the rim and drops in there for 2 for Deshang Weaver. His first shot today, and he makes it. It's 10-8. South Dakota by 2. Bostyn Holt left side. Bounces a pass back up to Lahat Chun. Chun wants to go left. Fake to bounce pass to the baseline. Instead floats it up top to Max Birchill. Coyotes trying to space out a bit. There goes Chun to the inside. Spin move in the paint. Up with the right hand. Scores. He works right around the defender, Sir Isaac Heron. And Lahat Chun able to spin free and score for 2. Coyotes by 4. Here's a baseline drive for Bedford. Back out to Sir Isaac Heron. He's going to go to work on Chun. Shot fake. Now has to kick it back out. Reaching up was Bedford. And back around the arc. Here's Isaac McBride. McBride trying to move inside. Ball fumbled for a moment. Thompson with 8 to shoot. He'll drive in the paint. Kicks it back out. Bedford. Shot fake. Steps left. Fires the triple. Air ball. Caught out of the air by Sir Isaac Heron. And Sir Isaac Heron throws it off of the window and scores. And Oral Roberts back within 2. It's 12-10. South Dakota with the lead. There goes Caleb Stewart driving left. Crosses over on the dribble. Back out to Max Birchill. Birchill on the left wing, spins it over to Stewart, lets it fly from long range. Heel of the rim, no. Long rebound to Isaac McBride. He wants to push for a moment. Now going to slow it down on the right wing. McBride dribbling, crossing over on the dribble. Back out to Kareem Thompson. It's 12-10, South Dakota by 2. Thompson trying to push off of Caleb Stewart, and a foul called on Stewart. With 15:27 to play in the first half, and that'll take us to a timeout. South Dakota by 2. It's a good one back and forth here early in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center in Vermillion. South Dakota 12, Oral Roberts 10. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
Hydro is the world's leading integrated aluminum company. Hydro Aluminum is the strong, lightweight, renewable material behind many of today's most innovative product designs. Our products include extruded aluminum solutions for virtually every market: building and construction, automotive, solar and renewable energy, thermal management, commercial transportation, and more.
With Midco Home, you'll feel totally at home on the bright side, where Bright Tech meets even brighter service. Here, you can count on us to bring the gigs and the giggles, with enough giddy up to keep up with your crew. Friendly service is always included, giving you a carefree connection to all you care about. So, ready to enjoy the Midco Brightside neighbor? Visit midco.com today.
15:27 to play in the first half. South Dakota 12 and Oral Roberts 10. It's been a back and forth affair early. Coyotes hit 5 straight points since then. It feels like we've exchanged blows going back and forth. Kind of what you expected out of these two teams. Both teams have struggled defensively in this matchup. So really all season, but you knew that there was an opportunity for points to be scored here today. The games you can't miss, the teams you don't stop rooting for, the plays you won't forget. Midco Sports feeds your sports obsession with the action, analysis, and stories you crave. Watch or stream it all on Midco Sports. Visit midcosports.com. It's Oral Roberts basketball, 15:27 to play in half number one, 12-10, South Dakota by 2. Isaac McBride moves right, moves to his left. Coyotes showed a double team. They'll kick it over to the right side. Jake Brack is into the game for South Dakota, replacing Chun. DeShang Weaver trying to back down defender. Up with a shot fake, trying to work around Brack, and he traveled. Yes, sir. A travel called on DeShang Weaver. He was trying to work around Jake Brack, who was holding his position, and Weaver took a huge step around Brack and a travel call. So the Coyotes made that one change. The change for Oral Roberts is Jalen Miller into the game, the transfer from Rutgers. South Dakota basketball, Coyotes by 2. 5 minutes have gone by in the first half. Bostyn Holt to the left side. Now here's Stewart trying to go into contact. Oh, he got right into Jalen Bedford. No whistle Bedford for a foul. That's his second. So Jalen Bedford has been whistled for a foul with 14:54 to play in half number one. Trey Phipps is into the game for the Golden Eagles. Bedford will exit. Frustrated Jalen Bedford. 2 fouls here in the first 5 minutes and change. Bostyn Holt to inbound the basketball, still holding. Got to get rid of it. Finally does. Corner left to Paul Bruns. Back around the arc. Now Stewart whips it over to the right side to Bostyn Holt. Crossover on the dribble. Couple of times. Backs away around the arc. Covered up and fires to Birchill. Now back to Holt, 8 to shoot. Bostyn trying to drive inside, floats one up at the Summit League logo. No, front of the rim. Offensive rebound, Jake Brack, the putback wouldn't go. He got it again, back up strong, and this time he missed it in a foul. Jake Brack fought for the offensive rebound. He went back up strong, couldn't connect, but somehow as the ball ping-pong balled around, he was able to collect it, go back up strong, and got the contact and the foul. And so Jake Brack will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot a pair. Brack has been right around 60-70% on the season. First free throw good for Jake Brack. So Brack has his first point. And now Josh Jones is into the game for the Golden Eagles. Weaver is out. Brack's second free throw is good. Jake Brack makes them both. South Dakota extends the lead to 4, 14-10. Comes Isaac McBride, guarded by Caleb Stewart. Whips it across the top of the point to Thompson, who just flipped it up to Miller. A work around the arc. Red shoes, Isaac McBride with it right wing. Crossover dribble, stutter step, hesitation, steps back, double team, whips it out to Phipps. Around the arc, Thompson, left side. Thought about the shot, was covered up. Now a bounce pass inside to Jones. Jones banging bodies with Jake Brack, and he muscled him and then stared down Jake after he put that thing in and scored for 2, and it's 14-12. Back come the Yotes. Bostyn Holt left of the lane. Drives all the way in. Whips it back out to Max Birchill. And up to Paul Bruns. Bruns will move left. Wants to go to Holt. Finally hands it off. He'll spot the 3. Does Bostyn. Holt got it. Bostyn Holt buries a 3. South Dakota off to a hot start here shooting the basketball. 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. 17-12, Coyotes by 5, 13 and a half minutes to go, first half. Jalen Miller over to McBride, left side. McBride back to Miller, whips it quickly to Phipps. McBride, they'll do a 3-man weave. Coyote defense has cut that off a lot so far. Kareem Thompson, right wing, long 3, front of the rim, no. Paul Bruns the rebound, and South Dakota will move left to right. Here come the Yotes on the move. Right side, Bruns hands it off to Stewart. Shot fake, back up to Bruns. He'll hesitate, drive inside, and a foul called on Oral Roberts. That is on Miller. Jalen Miller, his first. ORU's been whistled for 4 fouls in the first half. 13:08 to play first half. Paul Bruns will come out. Isaac Bruns is into the game. Jake Brack will come off as Lahat Chun returns. So South Dakota has Isaac Bruns, Max Birchill, Lahat Chun, Bostyn Holt, Caleb Stewart. For the Golden Eagles, DeShang Weaver back in. Trey Phipps, Josh Jones, Kareem Thompson, and Isaac McBride. 13:05 to play. Pass down to the baseline. Owls fumbled by Isaac Bruns. He had it right under the bucket. Tried to put the ball on the floor for one dribble, and it went off of the side of his leg and out of bounds. ORU basketball. It's a Coyote 5-point lead, 17-12, 13 minutes to play, half number one. Isaac McBride up to Josh Jones, back to McBride, works between the rings, trying to get some space off of Stewart, whips it over to DeShang Weaver, shake and bake, drives left, block, jumper, in and out, no. Rebound, South Dakota. Bostyn Holt will dart up the floor for the Yotes, trying to run the point, works around a screen, left to the lane, leaps into the air, fires right side to Birchill, whips it down to the right block. Lahatchoon shot fake, spins, shot fake the other way, he'll spin inside the lane, up with the left hand and scores. And Lahatchoon has 6. South Dakota leads by 7, 19-12, and there's a foul on Caleb Stewart. He tried to put the brakes on Isaac McBride. McBride was able to grab a hold of Stewart and pull him into his body, and they're going to tag Caleb Stewart with the foul, and that's a frustrated Caleb Stewart right now. Isaac McBride has been frustrated with the defense applied by Caleb Stewart, and that time McBride just grabbed a hold of Caleb Stewart and pulled him around the, kind of just leveraged it around the body, and now they're going to go to the monitor. The officials will here, and we'll take a timeout. 12:23 to play in the first half. South Dakota by 7, 19-12. The Yotes are in front. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, I don't have to try that.
What would you do with more? More firsts and experiences. More space and memories. More impressions and travel. More handshakes and open doors. Or just more time. Core Trust has the experts and tools you need to do less banking and more of what you love. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC.
South Dakota by 7, 12:23 to play in half number one. Yotes in front here. It's gone back and forth. They went to the monitor to take a look at that last play. I don't believe anything more will come of it. But they did call I thought they called a second foul on Stewart. He's out of the game now for South Dakota, so he does have 2 fouls. So Caleb Stewart is out. Coyotes make a couple changes. Stephen Kramer's in. Javon Hill is into the game. And we'll see. Here's McBride, top of the point. Angles over to the left. Guarded by Kramer. Now a rise for 3. Got it. Boy, that's important. He used that leverage play to get the foul on Stewart and get out of the game. That's his first open look that he's had today. Created some space. Big 3 for Isaac McBride. Coyotes back the other way. Kramer whips it down to the right block. Here's Lahatchoon. They'll double hit team Choon. Choon trapped. Kicks it back out to Bruns, who works inside. And out of bounds called on Isaac Bruns. Apparently stepped out of the baseline. Down in front of the ORU bench. So Paul Bruns is into the game. Isaac Bruns will come off. Ooh, McBride with a big push off of Stephen Kramer, trying to get himself open for the inbound. Under 12 minutes to go in this first half. Coyotes by 4, 19-15. Here's Thompson, left side, into Josh Jones, up with a shot, lays it in. He got Paul Bruns to leave his feet, ducked around Bruns, and Josh Jones lays it in for 2. 19-17, South Dakota by 2. ORU momentum on their side right now. Choon to Bostyn Holt. Holt drives in. Summit League logo shot, leans in, back of the rim, no. Rebound Kareem Thompson. The Golden Eagles could tie or take the lead on this possession. Thompson gonna drive inside, kicks it corner left to Phipps. Trying to go baseline, cut off by Holt. Phipps works it back around the arc. 11:14 to play. Half number one. Coyotes by 2. McBride steps back, fires the 3 straight away. Back of the rim, no. Rebound is out of bounds, and it's South Dakota basketball. Isaac McBride trying to get his team back into this thing, or trying to get him the lead. They're right in it, 2-point game. But he's got that big 3 that he had not long ago, and now trying another one. He's trying to create his own space. He's very talented and can do so. 11 minutes to go first half. Kramer back out to Paul Bruns. Bounce pass in left of the lane to Chun. Tried to go inside, and a foul called on ORU. I think that's on Josh Jones. It is. So Josh Jones whistled for the foul. That is his first. It's foul number 5 on the Golden Eagles with just inside of 11 minutes to play. Here's Bostyn Holt to inbound the basketball. Holt will lob it up to Chun, top of the point. Chun will hand it back off to Bostyn Holt, left wing. Holt trying to create some space. He'll work inside, and the ball kicked away. They didn't call it. That's a kick ball. Oh my gosh, they're going to let the turnover happen, and Oral Roberts will have it. Here's Kareem Thompson, back out Weaver for 3. Got it. I mean, the ball went off of the foot of the defender. That is a kicked ball. That always stops play. Nonetheless, ORU takes advantage, and Deshang Weaver cashes a 3. It's ORU by 1. Here's left elbow. Shot fake for Chun inside the free throw lane. He'll float one up from the Summit League logo and miss. ORU has the basketball, and now ORU on a run of their own. They've scored 8 straight points. Thompson back out. Weaver fires the 3. Back of the rim, no. Rebound pulled down by Stephen Kramer. South Dakota controls the basketball. Holt back out to Bruns. Back to Holt between the circles. Coyotes whip the ball around the perimeter quickly. We're midway through the first half. Paul Bruns between the rings. Drives in left of the lane. Baseline drive. Pass to Javon Hill, who went up to dunk it, and he was hammered by Josh Jones, and a foul called on Oral Roberts. Josh Jones with his second. Strong take for Javon Hill on the baseline drive. Went up strong with it. And he was hit hard by Josh Jones, and a foul called. Jones and Bedford both with 2 fouls for ORU. Caleb Stewart has 2 fouls for South Dakota. Javon Hill is at the free throw line, and the Yotes will be in the bonus the rest of the way after this one. First free throw for Hill is good. Javon Hill makes free throw number 1, 82% on the season. After that make, he is 10 of 12 from the free throw line. One of our officials, a long conversation with Oral Roberts. He's not even paying attention to what's going on. He's just communicating with the Oral Roberts assistant coaches. You don't usually see officials communicate with assistant coaches for that length of time. Javon Hill makes 2 free throws. Kareem Thompson with the basketball for ORU. South Dakota by 1, 21-20. Thompson moves over to the right side, fires a pass to McBride, back to Weaver. Ooh, Weaver traveled. They missed it. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Here's Thompson. He'll give it inside, and the layup misfired on the inside. South Dakota has the basketball. Weaver took 3 steps without a dribble. They missed it. Here's Holt, right side. They pass inside. Chun turns from the right block, left it short. Contested by Sir Isaac Heron. Rebound pulled down by ORU. Golden Eagles down 1 in the basketball. Isaac McBride moves all the way down, flips it up with his right hand, rattles in and scores. And it's 22-21. Isaac McBride has 5. Back come the Yotes left to right, 9:05 to play, first half. Oral Roberts by 1, 22-21. Bostyn Holt left side. He'll move up towards the right, drives down the lane, kicks it back out. Javon Hill, corner right, thought about the 3, was covered up quickly by Deshang Weaver. Now Bruns out to Hill. Coyotes got to shoot with 7. Javon Hill off balance, front of the rim, no. Rebound pulled down by Trey Phipps. Oral Roberts in possession with a 1-point lead. 8:39 to play first half. Driving inside is McBride. Back out to Phipps. Darts in the lane. Fakes a pass. Kicks it back out top of the point. Plenty of time for the Golden Eagles. Now 12 on the shot clock. Sir Isaac Heron back up top to Kareem Thompson. 8:21 to play first half. Thompson driving down. Floats up the tough shot. Contested by Bruns and scores. It's 24-21. Oral Roberts now with a 3-point lead. Stephen Kramer with the basketball, angles over to the right side, down to the right block. Shot fake there, pivots back out. 3-ball on the way for Paul Bruns, back of the rim, no. Offensive rebound. Javon Hill went sky high to get it. Now Kramer back to Hill, reaches in and throws it to, wow, 2-hand dunk. He threw it into Lahat Chun, and then June able to dish it to Bostyn. Holt darting down the center of the lane with a two-hand flush. Bostyn Holt has 7 points in this basketball game. 24-23. Sir Isaac Heron hands it off to Thompson. Angles over to the right. Bounce pass underneath the bucket. Sir Isaac Heron wide open underneath. And he'll score for 2. He has 6 in the ball game. Oral Roberts by 3, 26-23. Stephen Kramer lobs it up to Chun, who flips it off the window. Too strong, no. Good pass from Kramer. I think it caught Chun off by surprise a bit. Isaac McBride, right wing extended, guarded by Bostyn Holt. Shakes to his right, trying to drive inside. Crosses over, back out Weaver. Fires the right wing 3, around and out, no. Stephen Kramer the rebound. South Dakota will have it, and the Coyotes move left to right, under 7 minutes to play. 26-23, Oral Roberts with the lead by 3. Driving baseline, Holt kicks corner right to Hill. Up to Bruns. Bruns will work to his left. 6:44 to play. Bostyn Holt wants to tie the ball game. Got it. 3-pointer for Bostyn Holt. And South Dakota has tied it up at 26. Here come the Golden Eagles, right to left they move. 6.5 minutes to play in this first half. Kareem Thompson just inside the arc, now steps back, fires the straightaway 3 and hits. Nobody covered up Kareem Thompson, and Thompson made him pay. 6:15 to play in half number 1. Stephen Kramer to Paul Bruns. Coyotes down by 3, 29-26. Bostyn Holt tried to cross over, had his pocket picked by Thompson, but Holt got it back. Feeds Lahat Chun driving right of the lane, and he throws it up short. Back come the Golden Eagles. The ball saved on the baseline by Sir Isaac Heron. They'll whip it around the arc. Kareem Thompson wide open for 3. Got it again. Kareem Thompson wide open. He had so much time he could collect himself and then fire the dagger. 32-26. It's a 6-point lead. Here's a 3-ball right wing for Javon Hill. Back of the rim, no. Rebound pulled down by Sir Isaac Heron. And Oral Roberts has it with a 6-point advantage. 5.5 to play first half. Isaac McBride accelerates in, pushed off of Kramer, throws one up. Contact from Kramer, and McBride hit the deck. He rattled in the shot, no contact called. And it's an 8-point lead for the Golden Eagles. South Dakota takes a timeout with 5:25 to play in the first half. So Oral Roberts has been able to take advantage of some momentum. And right now, the Golden Eagles in front by 8. Make Old Lumber Company Grill and Bar, your pre- and post-game headquarters. Great food and drinks, arcade games, all of your favorite sports on multiple TVs. Old Lumber Company is also home of the Coyote Report Radio Coaches Show, featuring interviews with head basketball coaches Eric Peterson and Kayla Karius each Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us at the Old Lumber Company Grill and Bar, downtown Vermilion, or listen on KVHD 106.3 FM Yankton Vermilion, or KWSN 1230 AM 98.1 FM in Sioux Falls. Core Trust Bank, raise your expectations. Member FDIC. 5:25 to play first half. ORU 34, South Dakota 26. So the Golden Eagles right now in front here of this matchup, and it has been some momentum on the side of ORU. They've been able to take advantage of just wide open shots. South Dakota has left way too many wide open. Kareem Thompson has cashed a couple of big shots, and Isaac McBride trying to take over as well a little bit here. Summit League women's basketball right now. Kansas City leading at Omaha, fourth quarter, 62-45. South Dakota State is up 14 at St. Thomas in women's basketball, 36-22. Last checked in Summit League men's basketball, it was North Dakota State by 1 in Fargo, 21-20 over North Dakota. About 5 minutes left in that first half. Oral Roberts 34, South Dakota 26. Two teams right now at the bottom of the Summit League standings trying to find some momentum on their side. Right now the Coyotes will have Max Burchill, Stephen Kramer, Paul Bruns, Mayo Boom, and Isaac Bruns. For the Golden Eagles, it's McBride, Heron, Phipps, Weaver, and Bedford. 5:20 to play. Pass will go into Max Burchill. Burchill trying to square up on Weaver. Faked an entry pass back out to Mayumboom. Flips it back to Burchill. He'll spot the three, screened open, around and out. No. Golden Eagles have the rebound. 8-point lead for ORU, 34-26. Here's Jalen Bedford over to the right side. Drives down right of the lane. Shot fake. Hesitation. Spins. Floats one up and scores. And Jalen Bedford adds two more. Bedford playing with those two personal fouls he picked up earlier this half. Here's Max Burchill between the circles. Drives right of the lane. Shot fake. Back out to Isaac Bruns. Floats it to Kramer. Double team. Defense switches. Now back over to the right side to Burchill. 4:35 to play. First half. Burchill spins off the defender. Trying to accelerate. Works in the paint. Kicks it back out. Coyotes with 7 to shoot. Here's Kramer. Hesitation. Spins. Turn around. Fall away. Back of the rim. No. Rebound. It's going to be an offensive. It's going to be a foul on Mayumboom. So South Dakota's Mayumboom whistled for the foul. Coyotes are down by 10, 36-26 in a game that they have largely been in this game, but Oral Roberts has got some momentum on their side. And now South Dakota will make a couple of changes. Bostyn, Holt, and Caleb Stewart back into the lineup. ORU with the basketball. Here's Bedford. Moves over to the right side. Steps back. Now Weaver left wing. Hands it off to Isaac McBride. 4:10 to play in the first half. McBride moves left. Crossover on the dribble. Fakes a bounce pass. Now does send it in there to Sir Isaac Heron. Crosses over. Left block extended. Sir Isaac Heron trying to back down Mayumboom. Lost the basketball for a moment. One to shoot. And he shoots it at the shot clock horn right off of the back of the rim. Rebound South Dakota. We're inside 4 minutes to go first half. Caleb Stewart off to Bostyn Holt. Holt trying to work inside. Floats one up in the lane. Bouncing around. No. Got his own rebound. Back up strong. He missed it again. Rebound Sir Isaac Heron. Holt thought he was fouled on the second try. Nothing was called. And Oral Roberts will have the basketball with a 10-point lead, 36-26. 3.5 minutes to go. First half. Here's McBride trying to work inside. A work between the rings. McBride whips it over to Jalen Bedford left side. Defense switches. Here's a pass taken away by Isaac Bruns. Bruns going to go all the way in. Layup, no, but a foul on Isaac McBride. So a foul called on McBride. Isaac Bruns able to steal it away at 3 steals on Thursday. Gets another one here. Misses the lay-in, but he'll have free throws when we come back. 3:12 to play first half. Oral Roberts 36, South Dakota 26. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
Smith, Jones, and Kowalski shop for a modern HD TV. Smith buys his from a high-end store for a high-end price. Jones buys the same TV at a big box store while spending an hour waiting for someone to help him. Kowalski goes to Dakota PC Warehouse and buys the same TV for a much lower price where friendly staff explain how to use it, carry it out to her car, and even offer to set it up in her home. Now all three love their HD TVs, but Kowalski enjoys hers while sitting next to a big bucket of money. Dakota PC Warehouse, saving you big buckets of money.
Get ready, we're ballin'. You go right, I go left. Put in work, trip and sweat, ain't even halftime yet. We're ballin'. That's a mop the floor. Get 'em, check the score. Yeah, we get 'em. They ain't even know what hit 'em. We're ballin'. They wanna get like me. You better turn this thing up a couple hundred degrees. We're ballin'. I got love in my bones. Now don't let me get in my zone.
Phoenix 26. Oral Roberts has gone on a little bit of a run, 10-0 over the last 3.5 minutes. Coyotes have not scored in 3:28. Oral Roberts hasn't scored in 1:44, so both teams are going through it right now. But South Dakota's 3.5 minute stretch here has allowed this game to get in favor of Oral Roberts. Now they can silence that drought with a couple of free throws from Isaac Bruns. We'll see if he can knock him down here. So Isaac Bruns got the steal. Went coast to coast, missed the layup, but a foul was called, and now Bruns will go to the free throw line. Shoot 2. First free throw is right down the middle. First free throw was good. Second free throw on the way. Got it. Couple of free throws for Isaac Bruns. South Dakota trailing 36-28. Isaac McBride will bring the ball up the floor. Guarded by Bostyn Holt. Fake to go around the screen, moves left. McBride trying to get the entry, could not, goes back around the arc. Here's Weaver, right wing, trying to work on Max Burchill. Weaver going to go right at him, turn around, fall away, front of the rim, no. Burchill got the rebound. Up the left sideline to Isaac Bruns. South Dakota with the basketball. Chance to close the gap even further. Burchill spins it over to the right side to Bostyn Holt. Holt moves left, back up to Stewart. Those two miscommunicate a bit, nearly turned it over. Stewart going to try to shake past McBride. Bounces off McBride, floats one up, no. Rebound pulled down by ORU. 2.5 minutes to play in half number one. Up the right side is Jalen Bedford. Bedford crosses over. Trying to work on Stewart. Stops, kicks it inside. Ball knocked away from Sir Isaac Heron. Burchill has it. He's able to pluck it away inside the lane. Here come the Yotes. Stewart downhill, flies in, flips it up, no. Hits the deck, and the rebound pulled down by ORU. Coyotes failed to cash in again. 2:07 to play, first half. Good defense that time. Now here's a blocking foul on the inside. Jalen Bedford knocks over Isaac Bruns, and a blocking foul called on South Dakota. They did not give the continuation to the shot, so it is a foul on the floor. Oral Roberts basketball with 20 on the shot clock. Lahat Chun back into the Coyote lineup. Mayum Bohm will come off. Bedford is out for Oral Roberts. Now Paul Bruns will race on for South Dakota. Caleb Stewart will come off. 2:04 to play first half. Can't risk Stewart with those two personal fouls. Here's a pass to Kareem Thompson. Thompson gonna go right out, hold up with the right hand. No, rebound Bostyn Holt. South Dakota out with it. Coyotes will move left to right. 1:54 to play in half number one. Corner left, Isaac Bruns. Jump stop in the lane. Back out to his brother Paul. Paul moves over to the top of the point, hands it off to Max Burchill. Now Bostyn Holt moves right, found a lane all the way in, handed it off to Chun, and Chun traveled. Bostyn Holt's got to take that up for the lay-in. He had a wide open lane. The defender came crashing in. That's when he's got to flip off the window. He instead tried to hand it off to Lahat Chun. It surprised Chun, and Chun took extra steps into travel called. So here come the Golden Eagles, right to left. Kareem Thompson, right wing. Back around to the left. South Dakota's had a great chance to peel into this lead of ORU, but they have just not cashed in. Here's a cross-court pass, corner right. Weaver fires the three, front of the rim, no. Lahat Chun the rebound. Chun will get it to Isaac Bruns, and the Yotes chance to close the gap again with 1:10 to play in the first half. Here's Isaac Bruns all the way in, flips it off the window and scores through contact. South Dakota within 6, 36-30. 59 seconds to play, half number one. Oral Roberts 36, South Dakota 30. Kareem Thompson on the left side. Thompson moves to his right, kicks it back out to McBride over to the right side, hands it off to Phipps, now Weaver. They'll spin it around the arc. Coyotes trying to deny here. Thompson, left side, drives in left of the lane. Back out to Weaver, kicks it over to Phipps. Now McBride, 5 to shoot, down to 4. McBride, shake and bake. He's going to drive inside, lay up at the shot clock. Horn scores. Half minute to go in the first half. South Dakota is trailing by 8, 38-30. Coyotes could take the final shot of the half if they choose. 20 seconds left in this first half of play. Here's Bostyn Holt to the midcourt logo. Holt moves over to the right side. Now Paul Bruns lobs it into Lahat Chun. 10 seconds to go in the half. Chun trying to get the ball inside. Back out Burchill. 6 seconds and 5. Burchill inside, floats it up, no, but a foul. And Max Burchill will go to the free throw line with 4.8 seconds left in this first half. 38-30. Oral Roberts by 8 points. Max Burchill to the free throw line. So Burchill will shoot 2. First free throw is on the way for Burchill and good. Max Burchill, 86% at the free throw line this season. First free throw was good. Second free throw, 4.8 seconds remain in the half. Second free throw is on the way for Max Burchill, and it is good. Oral Roberts will have the basketball. Isaac McBride to inbound. He gave his guys time to get lined up. Pass will come into Thompson, back to McBride, driving right side. 3 seconds, 2, whistle and a stoppage. There was a foul on South Dakota's Max Burchill. With 1.8 seconds to go, Oral Roberts wants a timeout. We owe a timeout. Let's take that now. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
Mouth-watering salsa. Warm.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the court the Tau Kappa chapter of Omega Sci-Fi Incorporated. Be out, bro.
Hydro is the world's leading integrated aluminum company. Hydro aluminum is the strong, lightweight, renewable material behind many of today's most innovative product designs. Our products include extruded aluminum solutions for virtually every market: building and construction, automotive, solar and renewable energy, thermal management, commercial transportation, and more.
With Midco Home, you'll feel totally at home on the bright side, where BrightTAC meets even brighter service. Here, you can count on us to bring the gigs and the giggles, with enough giddy-up to keep up with your crew. Friendly service is always included, giving you a carefree connection to all you care about. So, ready to enjoy the Midco Brightside neighbor? Visit midco.com today.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, I don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
What would you do with more? More firsts and experiences. More space and memories. More impressions and travel. More handshakes and open doors. Or just more time. Core Trust has the experts and tools you need to do less banking and more of what you love. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC.
Smith, Jones, and Kowalski shop for a modern HD TV. Smith buys his from a high-end store for a high-end price. Jones buys the same TV at a big box store while spending an hour waiting for someone to help him. Kowalski goes to Dakota PC Warehouse and buys the same TV for a much lower price, where friendly staff explain how to use it, carry it out to her car, and even offer to set it up in her home. Now all three love their HD TVs, but Kowalski enjoys hers while sitting next to a big bucket of money. Dakota PC Warehouse, saving you big buckets of money.
Get ready, we're ballin'. You go right, I go left. Put in work, trip and sweat, ain't even halftime yet. We're ballin'. That's a mop the floor, get 'em, check the score. Yeah, we get 'em, they ain't even know what hit 'em. We're ballin'. They wanna get like me. You better turn this thing up a couple hundred degrees. We're ballin'. I got glory in my bones, now don't let me into my zone.
currently trail the Golden Eagles 38-32 at the half with just 3 remaining games. Well, I guess you can call it 2.5 remaining games left for the Coyotes now. They still currently sit last place with their 3-9 Summit League record overall, but this is a good start for them here in this second half, as down 6 to a team that's just above them in the Summit League standings. Oral Roberts 5-9 currently in that department. We're going to go straight into some of the player stats. Along with that, Isaac McBride leads Oral Roberts in overall scoring. He's got 9 points for the Golden Eagles. Along with him, Kareem Thompson, 2 of 3 shooting from behind the arc. There are a couple other players sprinkled in. Bedford there, along with DeShang Weaver and Sir Isaac Heron. As for the Coyotes, one player is in double digits in this game, and that is going to be Bostyn Holt, as he's 4 of 8 shooting in this one. 2 of 2 from behind the arc with 4 rebounds and 1 assist. Bostyn not known for his shooting this season, however, draining those 2 threes in this ball game. Looking at the rest of the scoring, Paul Bruns 6 points early in this ball game, hit 2 threes. Max Burchill 2, Lahat 2, 6, Isaac Bruns 4, and then Javon and Jake Brack with 2 points each. Coyotes shooting about 34.5% in this ball game compared to Oral Roberts 54.8. And if you want the how many field goals they made, how many they've shot, 10-29 for South Dakota, 4 of 10 from behind the arc. However, a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Looking at Oral Roberts, 17 of 31, 4 of 13 from behind the arc. Haven't shot a free throw in this one yet. Coyotes lead the rebound battle 16-15 in this one. Both teams having 6 assists, and the huge number that pops out on the page is the points in the paint. Oral Roberts currently has 26 points in the paint compared to South Dakota's 12, and they've been able to get down in the paint, get dirty, and able to put up some quick and easy buckets. It is Black History Month appreciation celebration game here against the Golden Eagles, as you see on your screen there. A couple other stats that kind of have circles around them, in my opinion. Coyotes only 4 turnovers in this ball game. They struggling in the turnover game as they turn the ball over a lot. They let a lot of easy points up because of the fast breaks, things like that. However, only 4 in this one. Oral Roberts has 3 personal fouls, 8 for the Golden Eagles and 5 for South Dakota. So looking around the rest of the Summit League, of course, 2 other games happening right now. First one is Kansas City and Omaha. It actually just ended. As soon as I looked down at my phone, game just ended, and the Roos take down the Mavericks 72-56. And you look at the standings, Kansas City was 7-6 coming in this one, so now they're 8-6, and they are going to be just above North Dakota State for now. North Dakota State and St. Thomas for now. And Omaha falls to 7-8, just still in that 6th position in the Summit League standings. The other game happening, South Dakota State on the road against St. Thomas. They are up 52-32, and this is a crucial game for the Jackrabbits, as they're still trying to stay tied with North Dakota, as North Dakota 9-4, South Dakota State 9-4 as well. The other game happening tonight, North Dakota and North Dakota State battle between number 1 and number 4 coming into today. But of course, with the Kansas City win, they kind of shuffle down a spot and it's tied for 4th/our 5th in that way. So that's the look around the Summit League, but that's going to kind of be it here for the halftime show. It's going to be a short one. Apologize for that, but you know, we still got one more half of basketball to play, and so far it's been a good one. 6-point game, as I mentioned earlier. 38-32, Golden Eagles lead over the Coyotes here, and that's going to do it here for us here at the halftime show. My name has been Tavin Carncross, and we see you at the post-game show here on the Summit League Network.
Trail Ridge Senior Living Community features a newly constructed memory care unit with move-in ready apartments and specially trained caregivers to assist residents. In addition to the new memory care unit, the spacious home-like atmosphere in assisted living also offers dining, 24/7 care, wellness, transportation, and daily activities for residents. Trail Ridge Senior Living Community, 3408 West Ralph Rogers Road, or visit our website at trailridge.net.
Hydro is the world's leading integrated aluminum company. Hydro aluminum is the strong, lightweight, renewable material behind many of today's most innovative product designs. Our products include extruded aluminum solutions for virtually every market: building and construction, automotive, solar and renewable energy, thermal management, commercial transportation, and more.
Smith, Jones, and Kowalski shop for a modern HD TV. Smith buys his from a high-end store for a high-end price. Jones buys the same TV at a big box store while spending an hour waiting for someone to help him. Kowalski goes to Dakota PC Warehouse and buys the same TV for a much lower price, where friendly staff explain how to use it, carry it out to her car, and even offer to set it up in her home. Now all three love their HD TVs, but Kowalski enjoys hers while sitting next to a big bucket of money. Dakota PC Warehouse, saving you big buckets of money.
Get ready, we're ballin'. You go right, I go left. Put in work, trip and sweat, ain't even halftime yet. We're ballin'. That's a mop the floor. Let 'em check the score. Yeah, we get 'em. They ain't even know what hit 'em. We're ballin'. They wanna get like me. You better turn this thing up a couple 100 degrees. We're ballin'. I got dope in my bones. Now don't let me into my zone.
Trail Ridge Senior Living Community features a newly constructed memory care unit with move-in ready apartments and specially trained caregivers to assist residents. In addition to the new memory care unit, the spacious home-like atmosphere in assisted living also offers dining, 24/7 care, wellness, transportation, and daily activities for residents. Trail Ridge Senior Living Community, 3408 West Ralph Rogers Road, or visit our website at trailridge.net.
What would you do with more? More firsts and experiences. More space and memories. More impressions and travel. More handshakes and open doors. Or just more time. Core Trust has the experts and tools you need to do less banking and more of what you love. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC.
With Midco Home, you'll feel totally at home on the bright side, where BrightTAC meets even brighter service. Here, you can count on us to bring the gigs and the giggles, with enough giddy-up to keep up with your crew. Friendly service is always included, giving you a carefree connection to all you care about. So, ready to enjoy the Midco Brightside neighbor? Visit midco.com today.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, I don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
Roberts will have the basketball to start our second half. The Golden Eagles with a 6-point lead, 38-32. Here as we get ready for half number 2. By the way, in Summit League track today, 9 of 17 events have been scored. South Dakota men in second place. South Dakota women currently in third. A lot of events left to be scored there, though, in Fargo. Kareem Thompson, top of the point. Oral Roberts with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Thompson back out to Isaac McBride. Reach in, bounce pass. They'll go right underneath, and the attack, Chun, the shot was missed by Heron. He got it back, though, out to Bedford in the paint, spins, throws it up, and scores. And Jalen Bedford takes advantage of an offensive rebound and scores for Oral Roberts. Coyotes with the basketball, left side, it's Caleb Stewart. 8-point game, 40-32. There goes Holt rather, to the inside. Back out to Caleb Stewart. Coyotes will reset, right side to Max Burchill. Burchill drives left, goes inside, shot fake, now up strong with it, left it short, through some contact, and now a basketball, oh my, a lot of contact under the bucket, and they're gonna call a foul on Deshang Weaver. Weaver can't believe it because he felt like he got a lot of contact. It should have been a foul. But instead they go with a traveling violation on Deshang Weaver. Bostyn Holt underneath the basket. He'll bounce it into Paul Bruns, who fumbled the ball. It's loose on the floor, picked up by Chun. Lahat Chun in the paint, lost the basketball for a moment, gathers back in. Bruns right side, shot fake, drives baseline all the way in through contact, shoots it right over the rim. Coyotes wanted contact, nothing called. Here come the Golden Eagles left to right. Thompson back out Weaver, shot fake at the point, drives inside, flips it up and scores. And Oral Roberts is up by 10, 42-32. Back come the Yotes right to left. Coyotes had a gift and they didn't take advantage. They'll go Stewart all the way in with a one-hand flush. He just blew by the defense and flushed it with his left hand. And South Dakota within 8, 42-34. Golden Eagle basketball, left to the lane, Kareem Thompson. Thompson trying to back down Burchill, and that's an offensive foul. Kareem Thompson pushed into Burchill. Burchill hit the deck, and an offensive foul called. 18:24 to play in second half. It's Oral Roberts 42 and South Dakota 34. So the Coyotes get the offensive foul of Kareem Thompson. Now South Dakota will have the basketball. Just the first foul on Thompson here this afternoon. Caleb Stewart drives left, stumbled over his feet, keeps his dribble, goes inside, contact, shoots it, but it's a foul on the floor, and they're going to get McBride, I believe. It is going to be Isaac McBride. That's his second. 18:14 to play second half. Oral Roberts 42, South Dakota 34. Caleb Stewart throws it into Lahat Chun, hands it back to Stewart. There's a bad handoff taken away by McBride. McBride up the right side, lost the basketball out of bounds. My goodness, what an exchange there. South Dakota, a bad handoff from Chun to Stewart that led to the steal. McBride tried to hit the brakes. He stopped, the ball did not. It's out of bounds, and South Dakota will have it back. Well, I don't think you see mistakes like that from McBride too often. He's too talented of a player. Into the front court, Bostyn, Holt between the circles, moves left. Holt drives in, dishes into the lane, slicing in was Chun. The ball stripped out of his hands. Coyotes recover, now Chun right block. Chun gonna dribble out of traffic, 15 to shoot, throws it into the lane. Bostyn Holt shot fake, now floats one up short. Offensive rebound, Chun back up with a left hand from the left block. And Lahat Chun puts it back into the cylinder. 42-36, South Dakota within 6 points. Isaac McBride right side. McBride back over to the left side, corner left, and they'll work down to the baseline. Driving in is three-pointer from the right side. Weaver driving in was Miller. He left it out to Weaver, and Weaver hits another three-pointer. Deshang Weaver today has a couple of three-pointers to his credit. He's 2 for 6. Deshang Weaver has made at least one three-pointer now in 5 consecutive games for the Golden Eagles. 9-point lead for ORU. Right of the left of the lane. Here's a pass inside to Chun. One dribble and up strong. Chun lays it out the window and scores. And Oral Roberts' lead is 45-38. Isaac McBride left side, moves to his right, darts into the paint, kicks out a pass stolen away by Burchill. Coyotes have a 2-on-1. Burchill to Holt, back to Burchill in the lane, layup good. Coyotes get the steal in a transition bucket. It's a 5-point game, 45-40. Kareem Thompson moving to his right, floats a pass corner right to McBride. Back up to Miller and around the arc, Thompson. Miller, right wing. 16:40 to play first half. Coyote faithful trying to get behind this team for a defensive stop. McBride gonna drive inside. Pushed off, created space, shot off of the back of the rim, no. Rebound Lahachun, South Dakota basketball. Max Burchill racing up the right side. Burchill gonna dart down the lane, kicks it back out to Holt. He'll go inside the paint, floats one up, and it scores. And South Dakota is within 3, 45 to 42. 16:15 to play in this second half. Coyotes have momentum in their own building right now. Isaac McBride up the left side, moves to his right, out to Thompson, who fumbled the ball for a moment, gathers it back in. 16:04 to play for second half. 3-point game, 45-42. Left side drive, here's McBride, back to Sir Isaac Herron. 8 to shoot, down to 6, down to 5. McBride moves left, crosses over. McBride up to Thompson, has to take the long straightaway 3. It rattles in and out, offensive rebound, ORU. Coyotes grind down the shot clock, and then Oral Roberts gets the offensive rebound. That thing was halfway down for Kareem Thompson and wouldn't drop. Left side, here's Miller driving in, pivots around. Shot contested, it's short, no. Rebound is Bostyn Holt. Here come the Yotes right to left. South Dakota with the basketball, down by 3. Holt moves to his left side, hesitation, drives baseline, floats a bounce pass stolen away. Tried to force it through traffic, it's taken away. Here comes McBride, back out Weaver, right wing, off balance, fires the 3, in and out, no. Rebound tipped in by Kareem Thompson. And it's 47-42. That stops a drought of nearly 2.5 minutes for Oral Roberts of not scoring. ORU by 5, 47-42. Stewart tried to go to his left. He'll drive inside, and a foul called on Jalen Miller, and that'll take us to a timeout. 14:53 to play in this basketball game. It's Oral Roberts by 5, 47-42. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
What would you do with more? More firsts and experiences. More space and memories. More impressions and travel. More handshakes and open doors. Or just more time. Core Trust has the experts and tools you need to do less banking and more of what you love. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC.
Hey golfers, the Bluffs Golf Course in Vermilion is featuring a half-price special for first-time adult or family memberships. Go to thebluffsgc.com or call 677-7058 for more information. A big thank you to the Bluffs Golf Course for their support of Coyote Athletics. And it's a new season at Kohl's. With everyday styles at great prices, you can get more of what you want for less. Find go-tos for going everywhere. Perfect picks for your home. Shop Kohl's and Kohl's.com today. Pepsi-Cola is the official soft drink of the University of South Dakota. Be sure to pick up some Pepsi, Mountain Dew, or Starry to cheer on the Yotes. 14:53 to play in this basketball game. Oral Roberts 47 and South Dakota 42. Pretty back and forth. Coyotes had closed the gap to 3, but ORU ended their scoring drought to get back up by 5. Coyotes with the basketball out of the timeout. Pass into Lahachun, trying to back down. Here's a dish to Bostyn Holt, laying easy right behind the defenders. He snuck around there and lays it out the window and scores. And Bostyn Holt adds 2 more. Coyotes within 3 again, 47-44. McBride over to Thompson, shot fake, nearly had an open shot as Holt stumbled through the screen. McBride back to Thompson, a whistle and a stoppage. And a foul called on South Dakota's Lahachun. Lahachun still demonstrating to the official that he was straight up. But Lahachun whistled for the foul, his first. 14:29 to play in this basketball game. Kareem Thompson to inbound the basketball for the Golden Eagles. He'll get it in, short corner left to Josh Jones, whips it to Weaver now into Thompson, back out Bedford, fires the three ball, front of the rim, no. Paul Bruns the rebound for South Dakota. Coyotes move right to left, down by 3, 47-44. Bostyn Holt left side, crosses over on the dribble, drives left of the lane, back out Burchill. He'll rise for the tie, back of the rim, no. Rebound into the hands of Josh Jones of Oral Roberts. 14:05 to play, second half. Here's McBride, top of the point. Angles to the left side. McBride spins off the defender, whips a pass to Thompson, corner right to Weaver. Weaver drives baseline, muscles one up, no, but a foul will called on Max Burchill. Just kind of forced his way into Weaver and not allow that open drive. Now Weaver will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. Deshang Weaver, 15 of 21 on the year. 71% when he's been there, he's been good from the free throw line. Really, outside of a couple of guys on this team, they don't shoot a ton of free throws. First free throw for Deshang Weaver right down the middle. Jake Brack back in for South Dakota. Max Burchill will get a break. 48-44. Second free throw, good. Deshang Weaver hits them both. It's a 5-point game, 49-44. 13:52 to play in this second half. Up the left sideline is Bostyn Holt, back to Brack. Now drives left side all the way down the lane is Stewart, flips it up and scores. 49-46, South Dakota within 3. Isaac McBride up the left sideline. McBride, top of the point, he's gonna spot the 3 straight away, got it. Contested late by Jake Brack. That was a bad defensive matchup for South Dakota, and McBride makes South Dakota pay. Buries a 3 from straight away. Back come the Coyotes right to left. Here's Bostyn Holt, works into the front court. Hands it off to Paul Bruns. Bruns between the circles, over to Caleb Stewart, guarded by Thompson, corner right to Jake Brack. Couldn't find the entry pass. Now Will on a bounce pass to Chun. 8 to shoot. Chun spins at the right block, floats it up strong. No, rebound out of bounds. Out on Deshang Weaver of Oral Roberts, and it's South Dakota basketball. 13:01 to play second half. Golden Eagles have a 6-point lead, 52-46. Paul Bruns to inbound the basketball. Bruns holding on. Throws it in. It's knocked away by Josh Jones. He tried to save it. It would have been South Dakota ball, but Jones is out of bounds, and South Dakota will have it. 13 minutes to play. 52-46. Coyotes trailing here at home. Bounce pass into Paul Bruns, right wing. Back out around the arc. Here's Stewart. He'll drive in. Right through a double team. Floats it up. No, and they're going to call a foul or travel on Caleb Stewart. Had a hesitation driving in right of the lane, and a traveling violation called on Caleb Stewart. Coyotes with some backcourt pressure. Isaac McBride will trot up the floor, though. Coyotes peel away. Here's McBride between the circles. 12:43 to play. McBride double team. Back over to Thompson right side. Out of McBride between the circles. McBride trying to drive around Stewart. Drives down the lane. Floats one up off balance. No. Rebound pulled down by South Dakota. Here come the Yotes. Up the left sideline. Holt. Holt crosses over. Corner left. Now up to Stewart. Stewart's going to drive right side. Caleb Stewart to Paul Bruns. He'll spot the 3 straight away. Got it! Kuna Matata. 3-pointer Paul Bruns. South Dakota within 3. 52-49. Big 3 for Paul Bruns. Here's Josh Jones, back out Thompson, right wing. Thompson drives in, leans in, shoots it up, no. Rebound loose, picked up by Bruns, trying to peel out of traffic, ran into Jalen Bedford. Coyotes will slow it down. Here's Bostyn Holt, right side. Coyotes down by 3, 52-49. Bostyn Holt trying to accelerate. He got a screen from Chun, now drives in the lane, floats one up, scores. It's a 1-point game. Bostyn Holt got the screen from Chun, worked around Chun, and scores it. It's 52-51. Oral Roberts will move left to right. South Dakota trying to get it to stop. They could take their first lead in a while if they do. Now Deshang Weaver, Isaac McBride left wing. McBride moves right. Weaver open 3 off of the right side of the rim. No, rebound Paul Bruns. South Dakota basketball. Up the right sideline. Here's Stewart. Back out to Bruns. Now Stewart, right side. Out of the lane, here's Chun. Back out Stewart. Open 3, right wing. Bang! 54-52, South Dakota has regained the lead. Caleb Stewart with a big three. Coyotes have their first lead in a while. Here's Isaac McBride, moving right, accelerates down the paint, kicks it out. Bedford for three, contested, too strong, no. Chun got the rebound. South Dakota has it. Here's Bostyn Holt, leads it into Chun, lost the basketball going out, and it was off of Oral Robertson out of bounds. It'll be South Dakota basketball, and the Coyotes dodge one from a turnover there. 10:41 to go, second half. South Dakota is back in front, 54-52, a 2-point lead over Oral Roberts. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
Trail Ridge Senior Living Community features a newly constructed memory care unit with move-in ready apartments and specially trained caregivers to assist residents. In addition to the new memory care unit, the spacious home-like atmosphere in assisted living also offers dining, 24/7 care, wellness, transportation, and daily activities for residents. Trail Ridge Senior Living Community, 3408 West Ralph Rogers Road, or visit our website at trailridge.net.
.41 to play in half number two. It is South Dakota by 2, 54-52. Coyotes on a bit of a run here. They have momentum right now in their building. South Dakota's been able to do it from long range. They've been able to get the ball inside. Their defense is getting stops. Right now, they like what they are doing. South Dakota and Oral Roberts, both proud members of the Summit League and NCAA Division I Athletics Conference for over 30 years. The Summit League sponsors 19 championship sports. Be sure to check the league's official website, thesummitleague.org, for all the latest scores and updates. Coyote men will play their final game in this building on Thursday when the Coyotes host North Dakota State. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. It's senior night. They'll celebrate Lahat Chun, and then it's senior night on Saturday, a week from today, as the Coyote women play host to North Dakota. Get your tickets to all of those events coming up at goyotes.com. Call 605-677-5959. Stewart to inbound the basketball. He'll lob it into Bostyn Holt. Holt right elbow. Drives in inside the paint, backing down the defender. Spins, floats one up through contact, and he scored! 56-52, South Dakota with a 4-point lead, 10.5 minutes to go. This is where Isaac McBride will try to take over a game, you feel like. He's a good enough shooter to do so. And there's a whistle and a stoppage, and an illegal screen on Josh Jones will give South Dakota the chance to extend this 4-point lead. 56-52. Jones will exit the ball game. He has 3 fouls. Sir Isaac Heron is back in for the Golden Eagles. Coyotes have Brack and Boom in right now on this possession. 10:15 to play. Here goes Holt inside. Floats one up off balance. Left it short. Caught out of the air by Mayum Boom. Coyotes keep it. Long bounce pass. Out to Stewart for 3. Got it! Corn knocks Jackie! Caleb Stewart hits again! And South Dakota leads 59-52. Between the circles, here's McBride, kicks it out. Thompson for 3, too strong, no. Offensive rebound, good rebound by Jalen Bedford. Bedford left side, crosses over, ball poked out of his hands, saved on the sideline by Bostyn Holt. Picked up by a stumbling Isaac Bruns. Coyotes have the basketball. Back to the midcourt logo. Here's Caleb Stewart. Stewart working near the Coyote paw. He'll step up, fires another 3, front of the rim, no. Rebound pulled down by Oral Roberts. The roof would have lifted off the building if he cashed that one. Here's Kareem Thompson, kicks it back out. Bedford, 3 ball, right side, air ball, caught out of the air by Sir Isaac Heron. Back up strong on the inside through contact of Mayum Boom. And he muscles it in for 2 with 9:13 to play. 59-54, South Dakota with a 5-point lead. Here's Bostyn Holt. He's going to step up for 3. Banks it off, too strong, no. Rebound batted out. Loose ball, still loose, picked up by Thompson. Oral Roberts has the basketball. Left side, McBride looks at his feet, steps back for 3 and hits. My goodness! 59-57. McBride just looked down at his feet to step back for 3 and buries it. And it's 59-57, and Coach Peterson's going to take a timeout here. 8:42 to play in this second half. It is South Dakota 59 and Oral Roberts 57. This thing going back and forth now. Coyotes had all the momentum, but they've turned it over a couple of times here late, and Oral Roberts has made them pay. Both teams have taken care of the ball relatively well. Coyotes with 7 turnovers today. Oral Roberts has 8. So both teams doing better in that category. Coyote Wheels Club is an exclusive group of automotive dealers that supports Coyote Athletics by providing cars for athletics coaches and administrators, use in recruiting, scouting, and public relations activities. Coyote Athletics would like to thank Quality Motors Vermillion Ford and Vern Eide Acura of Sioux Falls. First Interstate Bank supports all student athletes participating in today's game. Play hard, have fun. First Interstate Bank, built for you. First Interstate Bank is also proud to serve as the presenting sponsor of the Interstate Series, featuring the best of both USD and SDSU and their respective student athletes. The Interstate Series highlights the region's premier sporting competitions while valuing academics and sportsmanship. Summit League men's basketball right now in Fargo. North Dakota State leads North Dakota 54-52. They have about 10 minutes left in that game. They're right at about the same spot we are. St. Thomas with the lead right now in Brookings. They lead South Dakota State 15-13 in a game that has started back and forth. South Dakota is down 10 in women's basketball at Oral Roberts, 21-11. That's late first quarter. South Dakota State women blowing out St. Thomas in St. Paul, Minnesota, 83-50. Earlier today it was Kansas City 72 and Omaha 56. Good basketball all across the league. South Dakota trying to snap a 3-game losing skid. Oral Roberts trying to avoid losing 6 in a row. Pass in from Paul Bruns to Bostyn Holt. Holt angles right side of the lane. Hesitates, kicks it back out. Isaac Bruns will rock the 3, in and out, nose halfway down. Rebound, Oral Roberts. They can tie this ball game, take the lead with a 3-pointer. Here's McBride, crossover, he wants the lead, fires back of the rim, no. Offensive rebound, Sir Isaac Heron went back up strong, and a foul on Mayum Boom. Boom was coming down to the floor, he reached out, tried to put his hand on the basketball and strip it out of there. And a foul on Mayum Boom. With 8:23 to play in this basketball game, Oral Roberts will send Sir Isaac Heron to the free throw line to try to tie the ball game. He's 53% on the season. First free throw is on the way and misses off of the back of the rim. So Sir Isaac Heron misses free throw number 1. Second free throw coming up, he can make it a 1-point game. Coyotes have got a bit cold here since their run. For the last minute and a half, Oral Roberts has scored the last 5 points to close the gap to 2. Sir Isaac Heron trying to make it a 1-point game. Free throw is on the way, and that is good. 59-58. 8:23 to play in this basketball game. Max Burchill will inbound the basketball to Paul Bruns. Back to Bostyn Holt. Yotes will move right to left. 8:19 to play, second half. Here's Bostyn Holt out to Max Burchill. Angles over to the right and around the screen of Chune. Burchill back up to Isaac Bruns. Moves to the right side, goes down to the baseline. Spin move in the paint, floats it up, hesitates, scores. What a shot by Isaac Bruns. Coyotes by 3, 61-58. 8 minutes to go in this basketball game. Kareem Thompson up to Isaac McBride. Moves to the right. Around a double team. Back out Thompson. Quarter left to Phipps. He'll drive inside the paint. Floats it up. Reverse lay-in. Scores and a foul. Chance for a 3-point play. Isaac Bruns pressuring the defense. Made contact on Phipps, who was able to flip that up from his right hip and throw it off of the window. And Trey Phipps will try to tie the ball game when we come back. 7:49 to play in this basketball game. It is South Dakota 61, Oral Roberts 60. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
Hydro is the world's leading integrated aluminum company. Hydro aluminum is the strong, lightweight, renewable material behind many of today's most innovative product designs. Our products include extruded aluminum solutions for virtually every market: building and construction, automotive, solar and renewable energy, thermal management, commercial transportation, and more.
With Midco Home, you'll feel totally at home on the bright side, where BrightTAC meets even brighter service. Here, you can count on us to bring the gigs and the giggles, with enough giddy-up to keep up with your crew. Friendly service is always included, giving you a carefree connection to all you care about. So, ready to enjoy the Midco Brightside neighbor? Visit midco.com today.
.7:49 to play in this basketball game. It is South Dakota 61 and Oral Roberts 60. Trey Phipps of Oral Roberts will go to the free throw line, try to complete the three-point play. We'll see if he can do it. He's a 93% free throw shooter. He's made 13 of 14 on the season. And the way this has felt the last couple of minutes, this feels like it's going to be back and forth the rest of the way. But we'll see a lot of basketball to be played here. Trey Phipps at the free throw line for Oral Roberts. Phipps will line the target. 13 of 14 on the season. Free throw on the way. Got it. Tied at 61. 7:49 to play. Could be a preview of our Summit League tournament matchup on Friday night of the Summit League tournament in a couple of weeks. Here's Stewart back into the lineup for South Dakota, guarded by McBride. Reaches in a bounce pass to Chun. Chun trying to back down Sir Isaac Heron. Lost the ball for a moment. Back with it. Up with the right hand. Short no. Rebound loose. Picked up by McBride. Transition for ORU. They'll whip it over to Jalen Miller. Back out Phipps and now slow it down a bit. Phipps will go inside the paint. Pivots back around. Shot fake. He's trapped. Back out around the arc. And ORU will reset. Miller was in transition but was cut down there, and that's why they have to reset the offense. Thompson will go under the bucket. Whips it out the ball, deflected and out of bounds. Nearly stolen by Isaac Bruns. It went off his reaching right arm over to the Oral Roberts bench. So 9 on the shot clock for the Golden Eagles. McBride will inbound the basketball right in front of his bench. McBride to inbound, holding on, still holding. Fires it into Kareem Thompson. Squares up on Paul Bruns, moves to his left. He's going to spot the off-balance three ball. Around and out, no. Rebound, Lahat Chun. South Dakota has it. Coyotes are going to push up the floor. Here's Stewart, angles over to the right boundary. Stewart crosses over. Free throw line, back out right side Bruns. He'll drive down to the baseline, cut off by a double team. Reach around pass to his brother Paul in the left corner. Paul trying to drive inside, and he's held up by Trey Phipps and a foul on Oral Roberts. So Phipps commits the foul, his first. It's the 5th on ORU. South Dakota's been whistled for 4. 6:49 to play in this second half. Bruns will lob it into Bruns. Back to Bruns. Paul Bruns for 3. Back of the rim, no. Rebound pulled down by Oral Roberts. It was Paul Bruns to Isaac Bruns. Back to Paul Bruns. And Paul misfired on the three-pointer. We're tied at 61. Isaac McBride, top of the point. Right side to Jalen Miller. Works it up between the rings. Isaac McBride guarded by Stewart. McBride moves left, back to the right. Spin move in the paint. Up with her left hand. It's going to rattle in and score. McBride and Stewart got tangled up. Stewart was helping McBride back to his feet as that thing fell through the net. 63-61. Oral Roberts back in front. Caleb Stewart angles over to the left side around a screen of Chun. Stewart back over to Isaac Bruns. Drives down. Spin move in the paint. Was held up for a moment. Tried to force the pass. He thought he was fouled, and it's taken away. Turnover. And Oral Roberts with a chance to cash in here. Phipps in the paint. Back out Jalen Miller wide open for 3. Back of the rim, no. Rebound Lahat Chun. South Dakota has it. Up the right side is Paul Bruns. Bruns will work on the right wing. South Dakota down by 2, 63-61. Caleb Stewart left side crosses over. Trying to accelerate inside. Cut off by Jalen Miller. Isaac Bruns bounce pass into Lahat Chun. Will go to work on Sir Isaac Heron. In the lane, handed it off to Burchill, who fumbled the basketball. Chun picks it up. He's right under the bucket and scores. 3 players laying on the floor. The ball rolled free. Chun picked it up and scored. We're tied at 63 with 5:24 to go. Here's Isaac McBride into the front court. Left side to Kareem Thompson on the wing. 5:15 to play. Pass into Sir Isaac Heron. Offensive foul. Sir Isaac Heron tried to back in the lane. Max Burchill was planted in there and a foul called, an offensive foul. And that'll give the ball to South Dakota with 5:12 to play in a tie game at 63. North Dakota has started to pull away from North Dakota State. It's 61-54. Still obviously within range, but North Dakota right now with the lead in Fargo. South Dakota State up 7 in Brookings, 25-18 over St. Thomas. Here's Caleb Stewart, left of the lane, floats one in, the ball knocked away, and the Coyotes are going to watch that go out of bounds. It was out on Oral Roberts. Not a great pass from Stewart, trying to force it into Lahat Chun. Coyotes get bailed out because that thing went off of the hand of one of the Golden Eagle defenders. Phipps and Bedford back into the lineup. Maybe just one of them came in as Miller leaves. Corner right, here's a pass from Holt back to Paul Bruns. Now to Lahat Chun in the paint. Ball knocked away from his mitts. He gathers back in, floats it out to Paul Bruns. 10 to shoot. Chun back door on the give and go. One hand flush try for Bostyn Holt. He came up just short. That was going to be a mean one. Here come the Golden Eagles back the other way. In the paint. Shot on the way. It's good for Bedford. Just inside the free throw line. Boy, Bostyn Holt missed what would have been a poster dunk. Now the Golden Eagles have the lead, 65-63, 4.5 minutes to go. Caleb Stewart, fires one down the baseline. And Lahat Chun muscles up the shot and scores. Foul, it's a chance for a three-point play. We're tied at 65. 4:25 to go. What a pass inside to Lahat Chun. And Chun had the mismatch with Phipps. And a foul called on Trey Phipps, his second. Chun at the free throw line. This to give South Dakota the lead. 4:25 to play. Chun, free throw, on the way, got it, rattles in. 66-65, South Dakota by 1. Jalen Bedford hands it off to McBride. Coyotes with some backcourt pressure. McBride peels away and able to work up the left boundary. McBride angles over to the right. Isaac McBride bounce pass down to the inside and a stoppage of play. A foul on Max Burchill of South Dakota. Good pass from McBride to the inside to Sir Isaac Heron. And then Max Burchill just had to disrupt it because Burchill was out of position. So Burchill whistled for the foul for South Dakota. And that is his second. Actually, it's his third. They gave that foul to somebody else. But then they corrected it. I think they gave it to Paul Bruns, the scorers here in the announcer, but they corrected it. Free throw misfired for Sir Isaac Heron. At best, he can tie the ball game. Burchill will exit. Isaac Bruns is in. So the Coyotes have Caleb Stewart, Bostyn Holt, Lahat Chun, Isaac Bruns, and Paul Bruns. Second free throw for Sir Isaac Heron to tie the game at 66. It is on the way. Good. Both trips to the line. He's missed the first, made the second. 4:10 to play in this basketball game. We're tied at 66. Coyotes trapped in the backcourt. Pass ahead to Isaac Bruns. Up the left sideline to Caleb Stewart. Stewart has his pocket picked by Trey Phipps. Pass ahead to Bedford. Bedford all the way in. Reverse lay and scores. And South Dakota's going to push back up the right boundary. Here's Caleb Stewart across traffic. Floats it up to Bostyn Holt. Leaps into the air. Fires to Paul Bruns right side. Bruns wanted to whip it inside to his brother Isaac, but didn't pull the trigger in time. Coyotes down by 2. Bostyn Holt drives in left of the lane. Holt trying to back down Isaac McBride in the paint. Steps around, up with a shot. It bouncing around, it scores! And a foul on McBride. Chance for a three-point play for South Dakota. And this would give the Yotes the lead when we come back. 3:37 to play. We're going back and forth in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. South Dakota 68, Oral Roberts 68. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, I don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
What would you do with more? More firsts and experiences. More space and memories. More impressions and travel. More handshakes and open doors. Or just more time. Core Trust has the experts and tools you need to do less banking and more of what you love. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC.
Well, all the games playing right now in Summit League basketball have tightened up. North Dakota is up 2 now in Fargo, 61-59. St. Thomas has been on a run. They are down just 2 in Brookings at South Dakota State. That one is late first half. Our game and the North Dakota State game both started at 1 o'clock, so we're winding down here in the final 5 minutes of both of these two games. 3:37 here. Bostyn Holt is at the free throw line. He'll have a chance to give South Dakota the lead if Holt can connect on the free throw. Bostyn on the season is 68%. So Holt will toe the line. We're tied at 68. He rocks back and forth, right foot, right foot. Now shoots the shot forward, and he got it. Coyotes by 1, 69-68. Here's the pass into Isaac McBride. McBride guarded in the backcourt. Coyotes are going to back away. 3.5 minutes to go. This thing going to go back and forth. Golden Eagles have 3 timeouts, by the way. South Dakota has 2. There goes McBride, right side, shoots it off the window and scores. ORU by 1, 70-69. South Dakota will move right to left, up the floor. In the front court is Stewart. Over to Bostyn Holt, back to Paul Bruns. Bruns back up to Bostyn Holt, top of the point. He'll accelerate down the lane, up with thought about the shot. He nearly lost the basketball, has to peel back out. 3 to go. Right side, Isaac Bruns into Lahat Chun, 8 to shoot. Chun trying to back down Sir Isaac Heron. He got by him up with the left hand and scores. My goodness, Chun just worked right around him. And the Yotes back in front by 1, 71-70, 2:45 to go. Isaac McBride, one-hand pass over to Thompson, right wing. Thompson asking for a screen. He's got it. They'll spin it back out to Phipps, right side. Phipps starts down the paint, floats it up, scores, and a foul. Chance for a three-point play for Trey Phipps. Isaac Bruns made the contact, and that'll give Oral Roberts the lead, and now the Golden Eagles can go up by 2 if Phipps connects here. Shang Weaver back into the lineup for the Golden Eagles. Sir Isaac Heron will exit. Phipps the free throw, good. It's a 2-point game, 73-71 ORU, 2:37 to play. South Dakota will work up the floor. Caleb Stewart will run the point, angles left. Bounce pass into Lahat Chun. Try to back down on Weaver. Underneath the bucket, reverse lay in, no, but he's fouled. And Lahat Chun will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. So Lahat Chun will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 2:25 to play in this basketball game. Coyotes need them both to tie the ball game. 73-71, ORU in front. First free throw for Lahat Chun. Spins the ball into his mitts, and it is on the way and good. Lahat Chun has made it. Chun this season, 69%. Makes the free throw here, and he'll have one more. It's 2 for 2 on the day. Second free throw for Lahat Chun is on the way, and we're tied at 73. Jake Brack is into the game. Lahat Chun will exit. 2:25 to play in this basketball game, tied at 73. The bottom 2 teams in the Summit League could be a preview of matchup number 1 in the Summit League tournament in a couple of weeks on a Friday night in Sioux Falls. Kareem Thompson trying to work past Holt. Holt tried to steal it and a foul call. Bostyn Holt tried to reach around out front, poke that basketball free. He's done that a couple of times here in the last 2 games. But this time he missed the ball and made all body contact and a foul call, and that'll put Kareem Thompson at the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. He's 64% on the season, 38 out of 59. Here comes Lahat Chun into the game. As Jake Brack will exit. 2:17 to play in this basketball game. Oral Roberts in South Dakota tied at 73. Free throw on the way. In and out, no. Rebound is going to be tied up. It's tied up, South Dakota basketball. Lahat Chun tied it up with Jalen Bedford. It's a held ball, and the possession arrow belongs to South Dakota. So the Coyotes will have the ball, 2:16 to play in this second half. Tied at 73. Max Burchill to inbound the basketball for USD. He's got it into Stewart. No full court pressure applied by ORU. Here's Stewart, left side onto the wing. In front of the Coyote bench, reaches in a bounce pass to Chun. Chun get it back down. Thompson in the lane, ball stripped out of his hands. ORU has it. Coyotes miss a chance to gain the edge. 2 minutes to go. Isaac McBride, right wing, moves to his left around a screen. Coyote defense is there. Back out to Weaver. Going to drive inside, and he kept the basketball. Ooh, they call a foul on Lahat Chun. Just got into the back of Weaver. I think Weaver's hesitation got it. So Deshang Weaver will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. Boy, Coyotes miss a chance on the other end, just not able to get a shot up. The ball stripped out of the hands of Lahat Chun. And so they turn it right back over to ORU. Now Weaver for the lead. Got it, 74-73. Golden Eagles by 1. 1:51 to play in this basketball game. Second free throw for Deshang Weaver is on the way. Front of the rim, no. Rebound, South Dakota. Paul Brunt's got the rebound. Coyotes down by 1, 74-73. 1:45 to go in this one. Max Burchill, midcourt logo. Off to Stewart, driving left side. Now hesitation, drives in, floats on up, no. Offensive rebound, Chun. Chun tried to float it to Holt. He was about to travel, and now the basketball is going to be tied up. Lahat Chun took some heavy contact. He was about to travel, had to force the pass, and it was knocked away, and then Chun able to tie it up with Thompson on the inside. So the possession arrow now in favor of Oral Roberts. And South Dakota will have the possession arrow their way after this, but the Golden Eagles a chance to put this in their favor big time here. They make a three-pointer. It's a 4-point game, under 90 seconds to go. Jalen Bedford spins off the defender. Holt went for the steal. Timeout taken by Oral Roberts. As they get the ball into the front court, they'll have 2 remaining. So a timeout taken by Oral Roberts with 1:25 to play in this basketball game. You can probably bet each side has 2 timeouts left. Don't be surprised if we exhaust the 4 remaining timeouts in this game. St. Thomas has been on a run in Brookings. They lead late first half over South Dakota State 38-32. In Fargo, North Dakota leads by 1, 65-64, with 2 minutes to go in that basketball game. Women's basketball, Oral Roberts has opened it up on South Dakota. The Golden Eagles lead 41-24 against the Yotes down in Tulsa. That is at halftime. 2 finals today in women's basketball. South Dakota State wins at St. Thomas 97-63. Kansas City 72 and Omaha 56. Oral Roberts basketball, they lead by 1, 74-73, 1:25 to play. Isaac McBride to inbound the basketball right in front of the ORU bench. He has been given the basketball and he'll float it into Kareem Thompson. Thompson will go to work on Bostyn Holt, whips it over to Trey Phipps. Phipps angles right now to McBride. Back of the midcourt logo. McBride trying to get a screen. Defense switches. Now Deshang Weaver, top of the point. Moves left side to Thompson. Thought about the shot. Instead drives by. The pass deflected. And then contact. Oh, they're going to get Max Burchill for a foul. Man, that's a tough foul to take. Coyotes defensively had knocked the basketball loose. 2 players were going for the basketball at the bench of ORU. Nobody had possession. They collide. They call a foul on Max Burchill. That's a tough one. That's an aggressive foul. If you gain possession, they get the foul. Burchill will exit the ball game as Chun is back in. Free throws for Trey Phipps now. 1 and 1. First free throw on the way. Good. It's a 2-point game. 75-73. 1:06 to play. If he makes this, it'll be a 3-point game. Coyotes don't have to get a 3 right now. Phipps' free throw is on the way. Good. 76-73. 1:06 to play. South Dakota will move right to left. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Bostyn Holt angles right in front of the front court. Now accelerates down the lane, up with a shot, no, but a foul on Deshang Weaver. They're going to get Weaver with his 2nd personal foul. That'll put Bostyn Holt to the free throw line for South Dakota with 57 seconds to go. Holt, a veteran move, just trying to take it right at him. Make them make the decision on how to defend it. And he got the foul called. NDSU is taking the lead on North Dakota now 69-66 in Fargo. 71-66. Score just changed. So Bison trying for a big win today over North Dakota. A minute to go in that one. First free throw was good here. Max Burchill is into the game. Lahat Chun will exit. 76-74. Oral Roberts by 2. First free throw was good. Second free throw for Bostyn. Holt got it. 76-75. 20. I think that's 23 points for Bostyn Holt today. He's had 20 points or more in 4 of his last 5 games. Coyote faithful trying to get behind this defense. ORU by 1, 76-75. Isaac McBride trying to work the clock down. 40 seconds to go. McBride still dribbling. 10 to shoot, 35 seconds. Kareem Thompson, cross-court pass. Jalen Bedford, wide open for 3, no. Rebound, South Dakota. Isaac Bruns has it, up to Bostyn Holt. Coyotes could take the final shot if they choose. South Dakota will get into the front court. A timeout was whistled for and taken by Eric Peterson. So a full timeout taken. 27 seconds on both the shot clock and the game clock. The Coyotes could take the final shot for the win here. If they don't, and they make a shot, you can bet Oral Roberts is taking the final shot. They'll milk that clock all the way down. Oral Roberts by 1, 76-75. Coyotes took the timeout before they got into the front court. What that also does is that eliminates, I believe it restarts the 10-second backcourt the 10-second backcourt count because South Dakota used a timeout. So 3 seconds came off of the clock. Jalen Bedford was wide open from the right side. And he couldn't hit. 39% coming in from the three-point line. Bedford today is 0 for 6 from the three-point line. That one would have been gigantic. It would have given ORU the 4-point lead with 30 seconds to go. South Dakota with Burchill, Stewart, Chun, Holt, and Paul Bruns. For ORU, Bedford, Thompson, McBride, Miller, and Weaver. Coyotes have the ball in front of the ORU bench. Max Burchill to trigger the inbound. Into the backcourt to Caleb Stewart. Here we go, 25 seconds left. See if the Coyotes attack or if they try to take the final shot for the win. Stewart left wing, 19 seconds. Up to Bostyn Holt, fumbled for a moment, gathers back in. He'll work on Bedford, drives down, he fell down, threw the pass out to Paul Bruns somehow. Bruns trapped in the corner and he wants a timeout, 9 seconds to go. Oh, near travel. Bostyn Holt slipped down to the floor. He was just able to get the pass out to the corner to Paul Bruns. And now South Dakota will have 9.8 seconds to go. They do have to shoot it, obviously, before the clock expires. 9 on the shot clock, 9.8 on the game clock. It is 76-75. Oral Roberts by 1. South Dakota has no timeouts remaining. Oral Roberts has 2. At this point, the Coyotes can attack, and then they just got to get a defensive stop. But you would like to see this shot go in with less than 4 seconds to go. No timeouts for South Dakota, 2 for Oral Roberts. Coyotes trying to snap a 3-game losing skid. Oral Roberts trying to avoid losing 6 consecutive games. Paul Bruns will inbound the basketball for South Dakota. See what they draw up. Just have to shoot it with 1 on the game clock, 2 on the game clock. They'll be good to go. See if the Coyotes can regain the lead. It's a 1-point game, 76-75. Oral Roberts by 1. Here we go. Paul Bruns to inbound. Lobs it up to the top of the point to Holt. Holt drives in, found a lane, layup, good! South Dakota leads. Kareem Thompson into McBride. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. Timeout, Oral Roberts. 3.3 seconds to go. Russell Springman has taken a timeout. South Dakota has the lead, 77-76. And it all comes down to this possession. see if the Coyotes can get a defensive stop. You would have liked to see more time come off the clock there, but when Bostyn Holt saw that lane, he had to attack it. 3.3 seconds to go. South Dakota 76, South Dakota 77, Oral Roberts 76. 3.3 seconds to play. Oral Roberts took the timeout. They're going to try to draw something up. Coyotes really need to deflect a pass here. If they can, time likely would expire. They are looking at the clock, so they may add time. We'll see. But Russell Springman was asking for the timeout early. It's not when he was asking for the timeout. They need to look at the clock and find out when the timeout was acknowledged by the official. They're going to put 3.4, I believe, if I can read lips from the top of the concourse down to the floor. And they did, 3.4. So 3.4 seconds to go. Oral Roberts has plenty of time, especially being in the front court here. They'll inbound right in front of their bench. Offset left to the bench a little bit. ORU, a chance to win the ball game here. South Dakota has Paul Bruns, Isaac Bruns, Max Burchill, Bostyn Holt, Caleb Stewart. It'll be McBride, Phipps, Bedford, Kareem Thompson, and Deshang Weaver. Thompson will inbound the basketball. McBride is all the way in the far corner left side. You would imagine they're going to try to get him the basketball if at all possible in 3.4. Thompson to inbound. Thompson holding on. He's got it into McBride. McBride hesitates, turns, he'll drive in, floats it up. No! South Dakota wins! South Dakota has won! The Coyotes deny Oral Roberts, and South Dakota has found a way to knock off Oral Roberts. The Golden Eagles have lost 6 straight. South Dakota snaps a 3-game losing skid, and the Coyotes win for the 4th time in Summit League play this season. Final score 77-76. South Dakota a winner over the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. What a finish in Vermilion, and South Dakota finds a way here at the end. The shot was through contact, nothing was called, and the Coyotes gonna find a way to win this one here against the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. What a dandy of a basketball game. Coyotes won it 77-76. Coming up on radio, we're going to send this to a timeout, go to our postgame show, stick around to the Summit League Network and hear from head men's basketball coach Eric Peterson. That's coming up in a moment. For radio, let's go to the postgame show. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball from Learfield.
You probably know
South Dakota wins it over Oral Roberts 77-76, and now on the Summit League Network, joined by the winning head coach, South Dakota's Eric Peterson. Coach, what a battle at the end for your guys there. Had to get that late shot and then defensive stop for your guys to get this win.
Man, we executed down the stretch, huh? Thought we did a good job on defense, just playing offense, defense, and obviously a couple big baskets for us. Haven't found a way to close out games in the past, like the last 4 losses. 1 possession, 3 possessions, 1 possession, 2 possessions, and I'm really proud of our group for finding a way.
How about the way this team came back there and hit a couple of big shots, all the momentum. The energy in this building got pretty crazy.
Yeah, I love our fans, right? There's loyal people that are here every single game, and I'm not trying to get emotional, but they're so loyal. They've been through it, and we've been through some dark times, but there's brighter times ahead, and I appreciate them more than they know.
What was the message there to your guys in that last time out taken by ORU? You know they're getting the ball to McBride, trying to get the shot up, and that team played great today. Your team finds a way to deny it.
Yeah, just to be solid, right? We didn't want to foul them, and they were asking for a foul, and that's what happens late. You're trying to draw a foul instead of just going strong to the rim, and the message was don't bail them out, communicate like crazy on switches, and just put our hands straight up, and I thought we did a good job.
Heck of a win, Coach. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Go Yotes.
That's Eric Peterson, the head bench basketball coach at the University of South Dakota. The final score, Coyotes won it 77-76. Coming up on the Summit League Network, Tavin Carcross will join you for the postgame conversation. That's on the way. This is South Dakota Coyote basketball on the Summit League Network.
Lemon soda. No, that doesn't. Oh, I like it. So you say.
Hydro is the world's leading integrated aluminum company. Hydro Aluminum is the strong, lightweight, renewable material behind many of today's most innovative product designs. Our products include extruded aluminum solutions for virtually every market: building and construction, automotive, solar and renewable energy, thermal management, commercial transportation, and more.
With Midco Home, you'll feel totally at home on the bright side, where BrightTech meets even brighter service. Here, you can count on us to bring the gigs and the giggles, with enough giddy up to keep up with your crew. Friendly service is always included, giving you a carefree connection to all you care about. So, ready to enjoy the Midco Brightside neighbor? Visit midco.com today.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, I don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
What would you do with more? More firsts and experiences. More space and memories. More impressions and travel. More handshakes and open doors. Or just more time. Core Trust has the experts and tools you need to do less banking and more of what you love. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC.
Smith, Jones, and Kowalski shop for a modern HD TV. Smith buys his from a high-end store for a high-end price. Jones buys the same TV at a big box store while spending an hour waiting for someone to help him. Kowalski goes to Dakota PC Warehouse and buys the same TV for a much lower price, where friendly staff explain how to use it, carry it out to her car, and even offer to set it up in her home. Now all three love their HD TVs, but Kowalski enjoys hers while sitting next to a big bucket of money. Dakota PC Warehouse, saving you big buckets of money.
Get ready, we're ballin'. You go right, I go left. Put in work, trip and sweat, ain't even halftime yet. We're ballin'. That's a mop the floor. Let 'em check the score. Yeah, we get 'em. They ain't even know what hit 'em. We're ballin'. They wanna get like me. You better turn this thing up a couple 100 degrees. We're ballin'. I got it all in my bones. Now don't let me get in my zone.
Trail Ridge Senior Living Community features a newly constructed memory care unit with move-in ready apartments and specially trained caregivers to assist residents. In addition to the new memory care unit, the spacious home-like atmosphere in assisted living also offers dining, 24/7 care, wellness, transportation, and daily activities for residents. Trail Ridge Senior Living Community, 3408 West Ralph Rogers Road, or visit our website at trailridge.net.
Hydro is the world's leading integrated aluminum company. Hydro aluminum is the strong, lightweight, renewable material behind many of today's most innovative product designs. Our products include extruded aluminum solutions for virtually every market: building and construction, automotive, solar and renewable energy, thermal management, commercial transportation, and more.
Smith, Jones, and Kowalski shop for a modern HD TV. Smith buys his from a high-end store for a high-end price. Jones buys the same TV at a big box store while spending an hour waiting for someone to help him. Kowalski goes to Dakota PC Warehouse and buys the same TV for a much lower price, where friendly staff explain how to use it, carry it out to her car, and even offer to set it up in her home. Now all three love their HD TVs, but Kowalski enjoys hers while sitting next to a big bucket of money. Dakota PC Warehouse, saving you big buckets of money.
Get ready, we're ballin'. You go right, I go left. Put in work, drippin' sweat, ain't even halftime yet. We're ballin'. That's a mop the floor with 'em. Check the score, yeah, we get 'em. They ain't even know what hit 'em. We're ballin'. They wanna get like me. You better turn this thing up a couple hundred degrees. We're ballin'. I got love in my bones, now don't let me into my zone.
Trail Ridge Senior Living Community features a newly constructed memory care unit with move-in ready apartments and specially trained caregivers to assist residents. In addition to the new memory care unit, the spacious home-like atmosphere in assisted living also offers dining, 24/7 care, wellness, transportation, and daily activities for residents. Trail Ridge Senior Living Community, 3408 West Ralph Rogers Road, or visit our website at trailridge.net.
Coyotes get their first win in 16 days as they defeat the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. 77-76, came all the way down to the last shot for both teams as Bostyn Holt got the last second layup for South Dakota, and then on the other end, a missed shot from Isaac McBride for Oral Roberts. And what an intense basketball game. I mean, I'm at a loss for words because I didn't think this was the way it was going to happen, but Oral Roberts had a 10-point lead at one point. Coyotes then flipped the script, had a 7-point lead, and then it came down to the wire towards the very end. Exciting basketball game. And one player in particular had an incredible game, and that's going to be South Dakota's Bostyn Holt for today's player of the game. 25 points for him, 10 of 18 shooting, shot 2 of 3 from behind the arc. I believe both of those three-point shots were in the first half. Went 3 for 3 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. Played 36 minutes in today's matchup. But I think the most important thing is that last-second bucket at the very end, had it on the tap of the key, goes left hand with it, puts it off the glass, and good. Just an incredible day for Bostyn, especially with Caleb Stewart not being as impactful as he usually is in South Dakota's games. But Lahat Toon also had a good game, 19 points, 9 rebounds. Get to him in just a moment. But yes, Bostyn Holt, today's player of the game, with, again, just a lot of post moves for Bostyn. He had a lot of incredible and one moments. And as you see right there, that's the last second shot to put South Dakota up 77-76 at the end of the game. Bostyn Holt, 25 points in today's matchup. We'll go in straight to the highlights of the first and second half as both teams, it was just back and forth all game. It didn't seem like either team could really pull ahead, even with the Oral Roberts lead of 10 points at 18:49 in the second half. That was the largest lead of the entire game. So both teams going back and forth as Oral Roberts led for most of the game until South Dakota's second half kind of comeback, we'll call it. And obviously 77-76, your score. Bostyn Holt getting to the rack right there, up and good. Caleb Stewart kicked out. Paul Bruns, good 3 from him. He also had an incredible game, 9 points. He shot 3 of 7 today and 3 of 6 from behind the arc. He also brought down 5 rebounds, 2 assists. There's one of Holt's 3-point shots there as he gives a little stare after that one. Lahat Toon, good game for him. He was talking a lot during this game, and I don't know if you can see that from the camera angles as the dish there to Holt in the first half. But Lahat, 19 points, 8 of 15 shooting, was perfect from the charity stripe. Also brought down 9 rebounds in this one, almost a double-double, but great game from Lahat. Caleb Stewart there, those were his first points of the ball game. I know it's hard to believe in the second half Caleb Stewart got his first bucket, and it was a huge emphatic dunk just like that. Lahat Toon down low. Handoff, Holt to Burchill. As Burchell 4 points in this one, 1 of 4 shooting, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. We'll round out the rest of the stats. Caleb Stewart 10 points, 4 of 9 shooting, 2 of 4 from behind the arc. Dished out 4 assists in this one. Mentioned Paul Bruns and Max Burchell going down the list. Isaac Bruns, the freshman, coming off the bench for South Dakota in this one. 2 of 3 shooting, had 6 points, 2 of 2 from the stripe, 3 rebounds as well. Javon Hill and Jake Brack each with 2 points as well. Stephen Kramer played in this one as well for South Dakota along with Mayon Boom. Didn't score, but Kramer, 3 rebounds for him. Boom, a rebound and an assist. It felt like everybody was contributing in this game. It wasn't just the Caleb Stewart, Lahat Toon, Bostyn Holt show that some games for South Dakota kind of turn out, but it was a lot of ball movement, a lot of motions, and it seemed like those guys were just having fun out there, and I think that's something we haven't seen a whole lot from them this season. And you see there, Lahat Toon down low getting the scrap ball there, inside pass to Toon and one from in. He big screen, big flex. You get a look from Bedford there after that one. And Bostyn Holt there. Toon, once again, working the low block, up and over, and says he's too small. He is too small. There's a lot of times where Toon said, he can't guard me. He's a little too small, and that's just what happened. The pandemonium at the end as well. The team coming out, getting their 4th Summit League win, a much-needed win with only 2 regular season games remaining, of course. They're going to play North Dakota State here on Thursday. We'll get to that in just a moment. We'll go through the post-game stats here on the post-game show, and I was trying to look, and I was like, where is that difference between the two teams? And I couldn't really find it. These two teams evenly matched, and I guess that makes sense. When your score is 77 to 76, Coyotes 28 of 60 shooting, Oral Roberts 30 of 61. Coyotes go 46.7. ORU goes 49.2. In the second half, however, the script kind of flipped. Coyotes shot 34.5% in the first half. Second half, 58.1. Great shooting effort from them in the second half. And as Oral Roberts had flipped as well, 54.8 in the first, 43.3 in the second. Free throws, Coyotes go perfect. Oral Roberts just misses a couple. And those are crucial free throws if you think about this game and how the outcome is. You make one of those, it goes into overtime. You make 2 of those, it could be the difference between a win and a loss. Rebounds, about even, 33 to 30. Coyotes one of the best rebounding teams in the Summit League. Oral Roberts not up there, but that was one of the things John Thayer said that needed to be a difference maker for Oral Roberts, and it almost was here in Vermilion. Bench points about even, fast break points about even as well. I want to talk about one more stat before we talk about the rest of the scores around the Summit League, and that's going to be points in the paint. At halftime, there was a huge margin between the two teams. I believe it was like 22 to 12. That's 10 points is a lot. You look at how the second half turned out, 44 to 42 in Oral Roberts' favor, which bringing it down from 10 to just 2 is incredible. Lahat Toon had what they call barbecue chicken in the post, but you know, that's just it, bringing it closer, and that's exactly what happened in the end. So we're going to take a look around the Summit League as 2 games, technically with this one, have finished, and the other one as North Dakota and North Dakota State. That game finished up just momentarily, and the Bison get a huge win against the number 1 seed, 73 to 68. So that drops North Dakota, and of course this one finished 77-76. And in Brookings, St. Thomas, after being down in the early goings at halftime here, is now up 43 to 38. So the Tommies looking to try to jump, and South Dakota State trying to hold on to number 1 place because they technically have it right now with the loss to the Fighting Hawks of North Dakota. That's going to be it here. Well, talk about the last game before we go anywhere. Omaha, Kansas City, that one is going to be later today, 7 p.m. in Kansas City. Kansas City favored 2.5 points, so make sure to tune into that one because those teams are right around each other in the Summit League standings. For that, that's going to be the end of the post-game show here. The Coyotes, next game, of course, Thursday against the North Dakota State Bison. It will be senior night as they will honor Lahat Toon, the only senior who's going to be leaving this team next season. And so you're going to want to make sure to tune into that one. With that, it's going to be the end of the stream here. The Coyotes defeat the Golden Eagles 77-76. We want to say thank you for tuning into the stream. My name is Tavin Carncross. You have a good night.
Thanks for watching. This has been a production of South Dakota Basketball on the Summit League Network.